I really don't think enough people talk about how horrendous ESPN's app is, and it's wild to me that a multi-billion-dollar media company gets away with having an app this glitchy, this non-functional. I've had enough. I will be silent about this no longer. This app stinks. I wasn't quite sure where to start, so I figured I'd start with what I think is easily the worst thing about the ESPN app, and that's the video player. My goodness, this thing is terrible. It is borderline unusable. To have so much content in video form, whether it's clips from shows or highlights from games, and to have a video player this bad, it's an achievement, honestly. To kick things off, you'll get an ad. That is not negotiable. Sometimes it takes forever to load, and then you can't skip it, so that's fantastic. So you push through the ad and you get to the video you actually wanted to watch, and it has to buffer too, so that's going to take a second. And usually at this point I decide I didn't really want to watch the video that bad anyway, so I just close the app. And let's say the video does load in a reasonable amount of time. In that scenario, 9 times out of 10, the video quality is so poor. I'm talking 8-bit video game. You can't make anything out. And not to brag, I have pretty good Wi-Fi. There's no reason why the video quality should be this consistently bad. And you better hope you didn't miss anything while watching the video, because the forward and back function, the track function are completely unusable. It's an awful video player. They recently changed their app layout to make ESPN Bet more prominent, and the reason for that is ESPN Bet has not been doing well, which is weird considering one of the most foolproof ways to turn a profit is to have people give you money to be wrong about sports, and yet somehow it's bleeding money. So they need to push more people to the app. They made it a much more prominent feature of the main ESPN app, which is questionable in and of itself. When it comes to tracking a game live or checking in on the score of an ongoing game, it's fine most of the time, but it can definitely be glitchy. Sometimes you click into a game to see what's going on, and it just completely crashes the app. Updates will come in really slow, and so it takes you a while to find out what's actually happening. You're better off just checking Twitter at that point, and they get stuff wrong a lot of the time too. Speaking of mistakes, the other night I wanted to see how long it would take me to find a mistake in the ESPN app, and it took me, no lie, like 2 or 3 minutes. This was back before the Canucks and Oilers had played Game 7. The series was still tied 3-3, but even before that game took place, ESPN had the Oilers moving on. Credit to them for the prediction, I guess, but this is wrong. That game hadn't happened yet. So yeah, let me know if you guys have had similar experiences with the ESPN app. They may be the worldwide leader in sports, but in my experience, their app is pretty terrible. There's really no excuse for it as a multi-billion-dollar company to have an app that's this bad. Also, let me know if you guys have alternative live sports score tracking apps. I haven't really explored that too much, and I'm kind of tired of using this one.